I laughed, because the alternative was to swallow hard and admit that a convenience store was giving me rules like a haunted house. "Okay," I said, and stepped away from the counter. I told myself I'd come in for coffee and something sweet, anything to quiet the jittery, restless feeling that kept me awake these last few nights. Something about my apartment had felt wrong lately. I walked down the snack aisle. The shelves were perfect. Halfway down, I paused because the aisle felt longer than it should have. I looked away, looked again. It was normal. A hiss of cold air brushed my neck. I turned to the refrigerated drinks. The glass doors were fogged at the edges with condensation, but the middle was clear enough to see neat rows of bottles and cans. Also clear enough to see the reflection behind me. In the reflection, someone stood at the end of the aisle. Tall, still, not moving the way reflections should when you move. My body froze on instinct, the way animals freeze when they smell a predator. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. My eyes locked onto the reflected shape, like if I stared long enough, it would become a trick of light. The intercom beeped again. "Rule 2, it whispered. The clerk, somewhere behind me, exhaled as if he'd been holding his breath. "Rule 2, the intercom said louder. "If you see someone in the fridge reflection, do not turn around." A slow, sick warmth spread through my chest. The shape in the reflection didn't move. I grabbed a drink and shut the door fast. When the reflection returned, the end of the aisle was empty. "Good," the clerk called softly. I went looking for Rule 3. The hot food warmer sat near the counter. Everything was full except one slot. A perfect empty rectangle, like a missing tooth. The intercom beeped. "Rule 3. Do not look into the empty slot." I stopped. My eyes were already there. The empty slot didn't look empty anymore. It looked deep, like a hole. I forced myself to straighten. I didn't look. The clerk nodded. The store was silent. Then the overhead lights flickered. A blink. The paper on the bulletin board was no longer blank.